Oh, my dear P3s, are you still there? I'm back, but in another style. I now have been handling Literacy 1A, which is social studies, but this time round, guess what? I'm to handle English. Ready for English? I know you have missed it for a long time, but here I am. I'm willing to bring you home teaching. So, I want you to pay good attention. Please never give up if you want something. I want you all to be promoted to primary 4. So we have to continue learning. And if you want something, never give up. So my dear little children, you have to keep learning with a positive attitude. It will help you recall whatever we are learning. And even if it is to do an examination, trust me, you'll be capable. You will pass it. So my dear children, I'm ready to teach you. Are you ready to learn? Hope so. Since this is COVID time, I know you are doing several activities at home. Some of you are even tired. You are like, when are we going back to school? But even at school, there are other activities you do. So my dear ones, don't get tired. You have to continue working. What mommy tells you, do it. When aunt tells you to do something, please do it. I want to know some of the activities you do at home. Even today, there are some activities that you've already done. There are those ones that you are doing. There are those ones that you are to do later, maybe tomorrow. So you are doing different activities. And I know among the activities you are doing, every morning it is a must for you to pray. I expect all my children to be good at praying. So praying is very vital. Do you all pray? All the time? Pray to the Lord. And remember, He's the one to help us go through this dangerous period. If it's not Him, then my dear, we shall keep staying home. But we want to come back to school. Let's always pray. Another thing, I know many of you are putting this into practice. Do you wash your hands? Please don't get tired. Keep washing. Do that activity. Do it without getting tired. And remember, use soap. What else can we use apart from soap? Whisper to your neighbor. You must have done it. Another thing, keep watching. I know you do watch different things on the television, but to me, news is vital. Through news, we can get the information. We can know what is happening in the country. We can learn. As we watch, we learn. So please, do that activity too. It is very good. Another thing, among the things you are doing, this one should be part of your daily activities, and that is to read. Read the books, read the novels. Please read. Whatever you come across, as long as it is vital, take time and read for your own good. The brain needs it. You need it as a person. So how many of you take time to read? That is so beautiful. Another thing, as we keep on reading, watching television, but don't overwatch the television. There are certain things that you do watch and they are not good. Sometimes you overwatch the cartoons and so on. My dear, we have to balance our timetable. Not so? Good thing. As we keep praying, washing our hands, my dear, we have to help in housework. Let's involve ourselves in cooking. We need to cook food. We need to help our parents prepare. That is another wonderful activity. Remember, after cooking, what do you do next? I know all of you love this. You enjoy it. And that is none other than eating. Many of you eat. I know now the fridges are empty. You check in the kitchen, you check everywhere, you even complain, you know, they have given me little food. Yeah, it's good to eat. And I love it too. So my dear ones, all these ones you are doing, even those ones that I've not mentioned, like ironing clothes, you play. What else do you do? Think about it. You sweep. Think about other things. You mop. There are different things you do. Even me here, there are certain things I'm doing. There are different activities I'm doing. There are different actions I am performing. So can you tell me some of the activities, some of the actions, some of the things that you've seen me doing? They are actions. Tell me. I know you have already started mentioning, smiling, walking, looking, teaching. Yes, I'm doing different actions. Now, all these actions I have mentioned, even those ones you have mentioned, have a specific name. There is a name we can give to those doing words. The action words. Guess what? Can somebody tell me the general name we can give to those actions? Oh, I know you have shouted loudly. And that is none other than verbs. Everybody say verbs. So, today we are going to look at verbs. Since I've already told you that these are actions, I talked about actions, doing words. I mentioned different things that you do at home, even the ones I'm doing right now. So, all those ones we do are known as verbs. So, today we are going to look at verbs. Since I've already mentioned, I've already explained to you these actions, these doing words. Can somebody define for us verbs? If it is one action, it is a verb. Can somebody define a verb? That is so lovely. I know you are trying. Some of you have already mentioned it. That is so nice. So, verbs, we need to know what verbs are. Let me keep my verbs around. These ones will keep reminding us. So verbs, please follow up. Verbs are doing. Can my words fit there? No, it can't fit. Let me transfer it on the next line. Verbs are doing words. Can everybody say this? Verbs are doing words. If I don't call them doing words, I can call them action words. Which other name can I give to it to describe it? Action word, if it is one. If there are many verbs, I can say verbs are action words. So whichever action you do, it has a name. Whatever you do, it has a name. So I know you've already detected, you've already seen what you are doing now. So my dear ones, drop whatever you are doing. Some of you are standing, some of you are talking, some of you are eating, some of you are dancing, some of you are watching other things. Please, drop everything and pay attention to me. I'm your teacher. And the action we are going to do right now is learning. You have to listen to. That one is also vital. So I'll be teaching, you'll be learning. But within our learning, you have to listen. Not so, that will be good. since we have already known what verbs are and we have mentioned some verbs, we need to know more verbs. Tell me. So you are going to look at me and mention the actions that I'll be doing. You'll give the name to that action that I'll be doing. Have you already known that action? Should I repeat for you? That is so lovely. Another one. Oh, which action is that? I know you can't miss saying smiling. Yes, smiling is the action. What was the first action? Clapping. So I clapped. That is so lovely. Which action is this? Tell your neighbor. Wow, that is so lovely. I know you've mentioned it. What am I doing? I'm raising my hand. Raising is the action. Oh, there is this one too. Which action is that? Writing. So I have written on the chalkboard. So whichever action we do, whichever thing we do, as long as it is a doing, I'm seeing somebody doing it. It is an action. It is termed to be a verb. So a verb is an action word. A verb is a doing word. So we do different activities in the morning all the time. Even now, we are doing them. So they are verbs. Very nice. We need to know, we need to construct some sentences using our verbs. I have a few of them, and I know you have written many of them down. Not so? And it will be good if I mention a verb, you try it out and see whether you will be doing an action. Wow, I've just performed an action. Have you realized? And that is dancing. I love dancing. That is so nice. Oh, pray. Everybody say pray. I can say, I love praying. I pray in the morning. Do you also pray? If you perform that action, that is so nice. Another verb, cooking. Can say, my auntie is in the kitchen cooking. So cooking is the verb. Even if I go right now, I can find her cooking. She might have cooked in the morning. Even some of you do cook. So cooking is a verb. It is an action word. So when mommy tells you go to the kitchen and cook, I don't expect you to stand and look on. That means mommy has sent you to perform an action or to do an action. She expects you to do something. We have read. Can you all get your books and read? I expect you to get your book and you begin reading because that's what I have asked you to do. So, it is an action, a doing word. We have wash. If I tell you to wash clothes, I expect you to get the clothes and you begin washing them because it is a doing word. I want to see you doing it. We have, this is wash, this is watch. Many of you are watching the television in the morning, you watch in the evening, depending on your programs. Many of you are watching me right now. You are doing an action. It is a doing word, watch. There is eating. If I tell many of you to start eating right now, trust me, you'll all go. Get something, grab it, as long as it is edible and you begin eating it. And when I find you eating and I ask, what are you doing? Because I want to know that action you are performing, you'll tell me, I am eating. If I'm to ask you your favorite activities, you'll still mention verbs. Some of you will say, kicking football, playing Playing what? You'll mention. You'll tell me sleeping. Some of you enjoy sleeping. When somebody asks, I've been calling you. You've not been responding. Where have you been? Have been sleeping. That is the action. I'll not ask you, what have you been doing? I've already told you, sleeping. What else do you want me to tell you? That is the action I have been performing. So my dear ones, let's learn to use these verbs in sentences. As we speak, let's bring them out to be clearer. Okay. Since we have already identified, since we have already defined verbs, and we've looked at the examples, and I told you that we have many action words. We can't complete them. If you are to write, you can write a full book when it has very many verbs. So I've went on to give examples of verbs in sentences. Remember, I constructed for you some sentences. Now, I have more on the board. Can we look at these examples so that we can be able to identify the verbs I've used, the action words, the doing words? We have example 1. The girl is sweeping. Can somebody identify the action word? What could this girl be doing? Which is the doing word? Can you you can't. Can you girl? You can't. Can you is? You can. But when it comes to sweeping, when somebody does it, you'll see someone performing an action. So it is a doing word. Number 2, the dogs. The dogs eat bones. What do dogs do? Eat. What do they eat? Bones. So which one is the action word? Eat. That's why I told you many of you love eating. When it comes to eating, you have no problems. Example 3. Boys like playing football. What do boys like? Playing. So playing is the verb. They love it so much. Even girls do love playing. But for you, maybe you are interested in other games. But for the boys, majorly football. When it comes to number 4, Sarah made a sweet cake. What did Sarah do? You'll tell me, make. What did Sarah do? Made. What did she make? A sweet cake. So, for this matter, made is the action word. It is the doing word. So, my dear ones, I hope you are now able to identify verbs. You can even define a verb. I believe you can now define, you can give examples, you can construct sentences, many of them using verbs. So, I want all of you to stand up. We are going, actually remain seated. I will not disturb you much. But follow what I'll be telling you in this story, and you'll be performing the actions. Are we ready? Yeah. I told you I love people who are smiling all the time. So when we are singing this song briefly, you'll be performing the actions. Okay. If you're happy and you know, stand up. That's it. What are you doing? Standing. If you're happy and you know, stand up. The action is standing. If you're happy and you know and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, stand up. That's so nice. If you're happy and you know, smile to me. Wow. If you're happy and you know, smile to me. I love that action. If you're happy and you know and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, smile to me. That's excellent. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Which action is that? Clapping. If you're happy and you know and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Go ahead and clap your hands. Okay. I love it so much. and I would love it to do it over and over again. But time, continue to do other actions and take time and write many of them. I'll be pleased to know that you wrote many verbs, and this one will prove to me that you've understood. So, if I conclude my lesson, I'm going to give you a simple exercise. Trust me, you will love it. Thanks for listening. Stay safe. Continue to help your parents at home. And what will prove that you are helping? The actions you'll be performing will prove that you are a good child. All right, stay safe. Let's meet next time. Bye-bye.